Testing, 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 testing. Round 22 of the NPL Men's New South Wales. And it's the Sutherland Sharks on the attack. And it's a great opportunity. Good afternoon, everybody. Tony Tanous with you in commentary for round 22, NPL New South Wales men's match of the round. And it features the Sutherland Sharks hosting Sydney United 58. Yes, the Sutherland Sharks, the home side, they've hit a purple patch of form in the last month or so. Only one loss from their last 6 matches. And they're coming off 2 terrific performances in the past week as well, with a midweek win over Spirit FC, a win which was described as monumental, and certainly as their ambition to avoid relegation in season 2024. This one proves another important match up against Sydney United 58, who come into this in 6th spot. They too have ambitions in season 2024, and particularly after not much was expected from them at the start of the season, such a massive turnover in their squad. They appear to be punching above their weight, and they come into this on the back of 3 games undefeated and plenty of ambition in the remainder of this season for both these sides. The 2 captains, 2 of the most experienced and decorated central defenders in the league, Mitchell Stamatelis and Adrian Vlastelica, just exchanging final words with the officials, and it gives us a chance to take a look at the lineups. And for the home side, 2 changes from that side that beat Spirit FC. Coming in are Chris Lindsay and Sam Gulisano. The full lineup then are Vekic in goals. The back 5, Ethan Bevan and Sam Gulisano at wing backs. The central trio, Mitchell Stamatelis, Takahide Umubachi and Chris Lindsay. The holding midfielders, Mohamed Ahmed and Kitaro Katsuta. And then it's a front 3, Jay McGowan and Matt Morich on the flanks. And leading the line is Levi Shuriaga. And Sydney United 58, they've also made 2 changes from the side that drew against St George last week. Coming in for them, Matt Hatch and Alessandro Lacalandra. The full lineup, Oliver Cullat's in goals. The back 4, surprise at right back, is Carlos de Oliveira, alongside Liam McGing, Adrian Vlastelica and Jordan Ivancic. The holding midfielders, Anthony Tomalic and Tariq Mayer, as the home side, the away side in fact, Sydney United running from left to right, kick us off this round 22 match of the round. And they try and get it forward early to Matt Hatch. So the rest of that Sydney United 58 lineup, as I said, the holding midfielders are Anthony Tomalic and Tariq Mayer. And then the 3 across the attacking midfield, Stefan Dirabiliard on the right, Matt Hatch on the left, and leading the line in the number 13 jersey is Alessandro Lacalandra. So there are 2 lineups. Sydney United looking to get on the front foot early on. As I said, 3 games undefeated for them coming into this round 22 fixture. They had that draw last week at home, game they feel they dominated and maybe dropped a couple of points. In the end, coming away with a 0-0 draw, and that was after 2 wins in a row. We saw them featured in match of the round back in round 19, where they had a 3-0 victory over Spirit FC. Back here from Lindsay. The clearance comes from one of the most experienced stalwarts in the competition in Nenad Vekic. This promises to be a terrific contest. Sutherland Sharks under Steve Zorich have hit form. As I said, the last 6 rounds, only 1 loss for them. They've had 2 wins. They've doubled their tally of victories for season 2024. Just in the last few weeks with victories over Blacktown City in round 18, and then midweek against Spirit FC. And the goals have started to flow for them as well. They've scored 3 in their past 2 matches. A 3-3 draw. Unfortunate maybe not to pick up all 3 points last week on the road to the Marconi Stallions. A 3-1 lead, and we'll peg back later on with a penalty in stoppage time for James Temolkovsky, which meant they split the points with the Stallions. They backed it up 3 days later with a terrific victory on the road against Spirit FC. We've got some early defending to do here. And It's a chance for Sydney United 58 to send their two central defenders, McGing and Vlastelica forward. The flick on comes from Nakamura. And now it's a chance perhaps for Katsuda to counter-attack for the Sharks. And a chance to slip it in behind. He was looking for McGowan. That's their star performer in season 2024. Chance to go out to McGowan early now. And he's looking for the link-up play. Comes in from that right-hand side. It's a decent early attack. Gulisano keeps it alive. And there was Morich putting himself inside the box. Still alive here. Gulisano on the front foot. One of the two changes today for the Sharks. No Matt Jackson. He was sent off late in that match against Spirit for a second yellow card. So that gives Gulisano the opportunity to start in this one. And the other player coming in, it's also part of the back five, Chris Lindsay, experienced defender. He comes in for Jake Garner. Jake Garner, who unfortunately suffered a concussion late in that first half against Spirit, so he's going to miss this week. Hopefully for the Sharks, he will be back in round 23. Does give Lindsay the opportunity to play in that back three alongside Stamatellis and Umabachi. Here is Lindsay exchanging passes with his skipper, trying to draw Sydney United out. Pressed quickly by Lacalandra. Now out with Gulisano. Stroking it around with confidence. It is something that Steve Zorich has spoken about ahead of the match. A young team that was put together at the start of the season. He's spoken about things starting to come together. Things they've been working on the training paddock. Some positive signs for them in recent weeks. Managed to get themselves just outside the drop zone at the moment, but only on goal difference, so every point still critical for them. As Lacalandra looks to ask a question now through Stefan Derobola. Gulisano can look to knock this one long. Chiviaga, the target, playing in that number 9 role. He's hoping to get plenty of support from behind from Jay McGowan on the right and Matt Morich on the left. And that by McGee. Metellus happy to knock it back to Vekic. It's an experienced spine. Two players that have had decorated careers across the National Premier League over the past decade. Hoping that they can help the Sutherland Sharks navigate safety in season 2024. Under pressure. Almost given up there. Mubachi's got to be careful. Do like to possess the ball. He's the Stephen Zorich style. We've seen that over the years. To apply the press. Carlos de Oliveira, as I said in the intro, surprised perhaps to see him out at right back. I've seen him play across that midfield, whether in a deeper role or in an attacking midfield role. It's been the story for Sydney United 58 this season, the issues that they have had at right back, and the latest to succumb to injury. Missing this week is young Adam Zervis, who's been doing a stellar job in that role at right back. Spoke to young Zervis after the victory over Spirit FC back in round 19. Unfortunately for him, succumbing to a heel injury last week in that 0-0 draw against St George FC. Wearing the protective moon boot, hoping that it's nothing too serious, won't keep him out too long. Maybe even back next week if things go well.
Gulisano pressed by Durobalad. Now Mo Ahmed is playing at the base of the midfield. Along with Katsura. Both those midfielders have been among the goals just in the last couple of games. Ahmed, you would have seen score an absolute screamer last week against the Stallions. That's a lovely touch there from Ethan Bevan. Playing it right wing back. Play a sign from the Wollongong Wolves. Trying to add some impetus in the forward direction. Here's Ahmed. Now Stamatelis back into the central midfielder. A real metronome. Strokes it around, brings Mubachi into the game. Lashkalitsa with the clearance. And Ahmed there to win it. Only the ball user. Showing his ability to win the ball as well. Vekic under pressure here from Lacalambra. And he recovers for a good punch after his initial clearance. Tried the first time ball. Nice ball into the chest there of McGowan. Just a bit of arm there in trying to bring it under control. Out now on that left-hand side is Hatch. Looking to go quickly on Umubachi. It does well just to hold him up. See that one out for a goal kick. Our match official today, Jake Rose, just going over to check on Hatch, who stayed down after that attempted cross. Supported on the sidelines by Ari Gobinath on the near side. On the far side, Oliver lean for. The fourth official for this one is Jasper White. Lashkalitsa happy to knock it all the way back to colour. His form continues to go from strength to strength in season 2024. Now the long ball from McGing. Looking for Durobalad. Gulisano's got the job to try and keep him quiet. Now it's out with the Oliveira. Stamatelis read that well, stepped up. Battle for possession in the middle of the park. Lindsay happy to play some short possession with Katsura. It is very much the Sutherland manner, playing nice football, trying to build up from the back and use their central midfielders. He's another example of that. They come forward now with Lindsay and his prodigious left foot, trying to get it in behind for Morich. Just a little bit too much on that, but it is certainly a weapon with Lindsay coming in at left centre back. His ability to play those long raking passes. Here is Tomalic. Now Tariq Mayer. He's dropped into a deeper role this week. He's been playing in an advanced number 10 role over the past month or so, with Oliveira deeper in the 6 alongside Tomalic, but the necessity for Oliveira to be at right back today has meant that Tariq Mayer drops into that holding midfield alongside Tomalic. That's where United go. Better switch the play here. Just past the 10-minute mark, no score yet. One nervy moment for Nenad Vekic. But it's been Sutherland who have had perhaps more of the possession. And they've been able to get a couple of balls into the box and ask a couple of questions of the Sydney United defence. So it is a contest which really promises so much. Can the Sutherland Sharks keep their recent momentum going? Got some big games coming up. That battle to avoid the drop. Currently coming into this round in 13th spot on 18 points. And that's equal with the likes of Hills United and also Sydney FC. Sydney, who suffered a 4-0 loss last night to the Marconi Stallions, to remain on 18 points. So Sutherland know that a victory or even a point today will move them a point clear of Sydney. As for Hills United, they've got a big game tomorrow. They're on the road against Rockdale, so every game so crucial to the makeup of the ladder. Here's McGowan, Sutherland's top scorer this season, looking to link it up with Bevan. Umabachi goes again looking for Bevan, asking a question there of Ivancic, Sydney United's left back. To the feet of McGowan they go. Does well to keep possession, and now they look for the link-up play. Shuriaga couldn't quite keep that under control. Dominating possession early on. A real confidence about the way they're stroking it about the home side. Here's Gulisano. Now to Oliveira, can look to spring a counter-attack for the visitors. Such a good passer to Oliveira. They won't lose anything there with him at right back. He's got a real attacking intent as well, so expect to see him going forward. Nakamura, who's been playing a mixture of roles in that attacking third, whether it's been out on the left or right this week, through the middle in that number 10 role. Playing just in behind Lakalandra. Here is Tomalic, looking for that striker in Lakalandra. Good work by Nakamura. He'll be keen to have a big game against a couple of Japanese compatriots in Katsuta and Umabachi. Battle for possession. Tomalic does well after a heavy touch initially. Now Nakamura. Read well by Stamatelis, and Mohamed can look to spring a counter-attack for the Sharks. Here's McGowan. Bevan happy to use his keeper. Vekic happy to knock it long. One of 6 games taking place on this Super Saturday of NPL Men's New South Wales. We've already had one game kick off. We're deep in stoppages over at the Wanderers Academy. And the Wanderers, who set the pace in the early part of the season, have had a lot of changes to their squad in recent weeks. And currently in stoppages, it is the Wollongong Wolves leading by 2-0. Goal in each half for David Carney's side. Here's an opportunity now for McGowan. Can he create the link-up play in the final third? Mabachi couldn't quite find that combination, and now Sydney United can go quickly into counter-attack with Hatch, who looks across for De Robillard. And it was important work from Gulisano. Making sure that he blocked out that cross, which was looking for De Robillard. Here is Tomalic. Out now through to Oliveira. Now Vlastelica. Out on that far side is Ivancic. Hatch looking for that first-time delivery. Stamatelis again. Already seen a handful of clearances from the stalwart defender. What a season he's having yet again. A real linchpin at the centre of the Sharks' defence. One of a number of former Sydney United players
and coaches, in fact, in this Sutherland Sharks squad. Jordan Roberts, who's on the bench, had a terrific stint over at the Sydney United Sports Centre. Moved across to Sutherland Sharks last season. Stamatellis had success at Sydney United 58. And the holding midfielder in Mo Ahmed was a former Sydney United youth player, and he was at the time coached by Steve Zorich, who was himself a former Sydney United youth player as well. So many connections, as Morich, famous name in Sydney United circles as well. He's done well to win the free kick against Vlastelica. Matt Morich. So it's going to be a set piece and an early chance to try and test Oliver Cullerts. Thinking about the potential of going direct there. Giving the ball to Chris Lindsay. I mentioned his left foot. Looks like he's going to pass it on. Levi Shuriaga, the player, is just placing this ball down at the moment. Oliver Cullerts just organising a three-man wall. Lindsay and Shuriaga, the two players over this. Ooh, the youngster Levi Shuriaga go direct. He does exactly that. He gets it on target. Not a bad effort first up, but Cullerts able to get across to that sharply. Comfortable save in the end. 20 minutes in, no score yet at Seymour Shaw. This round 22 NPL Men's New South Wales match of the round. It's a pleasure to have your company wherever you're watching. And I understand there's some Sydney United faithful gathered at King Tom, the home of Sydney United 58. Thanks for your company. Enjoy your evening as the ball goes over the top, and Lakalandra, this time the flag going up. Looking for that early direct ball. Tomolic over the top. We've tried that a couple of times already. Maybe it is something they have seen, and they've included that as part of their game plan. Stamatellis. Now Ahmed. Lindsay has a couple of players out here on the left. One of them's Gulasano, the other's Morich. Quickly onto him was the Oliveira. Four games to come this evening across the NPL Men's New South Wales, apart from this one. We'll have kick-off shortly in a couple of games. Central Coast Mariners up against Spirit FC. Spirit FC looking for a rebound after that midweek loss to the Sharks. Central Coast have to get their campaign going, currently trailing second from bottom by 6 points. It's an important game for the Central Coast Mariners as Vekic comes out, gets to it ahead of De Robillard. Nice little touch from Lakalandra. Nakamura's onside. And now Stamatellis looks for the clearance. The Oliveira getting himself into an advanced position despite being at right back. That's a familiar spot for him on the edge of the 18-yard box. Now Ivancic. Clearance coming from Morich, only as far though as Tomolic. He can look to whip it in. Lakalandra up against Stamatellis, and now Hatch tries it first time. Straight at Vekic, comfortable for the keeper. But a good passage for the visitors. Almost at the midway point of the first half. No score yet in this round 22 NPL Men's New South Wales match of the round. Tony Tanous with you here for this much anticipated fixture. It is one that Sydney United have dominated. Mentioned on our socials in the build-up to this, it's been We have to go back all the way to 2017 to see the last time the Sutherland Sharks have beaten Sydney United 58. Really had the edge over them. 11 games since the Sharks have had a victory over Sydney United. And in that time, United have won 8 and drawn 3. So they really have the edge in this fixture. And the Sharks will be looking to get a bit of balance this evening. Lakalandra doing well to hold up the play. Now to Oliveira, whips it in. Fades everyone. It's going to go away for a goal kick, but a dangerous cross. Good little passage involving Lakalandra and de Oliveira. Mentioned we might expect to see him get forward, and we're seeing that already. It is very much the way that Sydney United, part of their DNA, like to stroke it around and send their fullbacks forward, create that width and overload. Also starting at 5 p.m. over at Belmore, Sydney United, Sydney Olympic. In fact, they're hosting Manly United. Then at 5:30, Lambert Park, Apia. They're hosting St. George FC. And then the late kickoff, 7 p.m. over at Landon Stadium, Blacktown City. They're up against St. George City. So 4 more games to come. All the action, of course, live and free on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Here's to Oliveira. Looks to go long. Down the line. Robilard's the target. That was good defending. Chris Lindsay getting across. Just using his body, using his experience there just to shield the ball. Allowing that one to go over the byline. Here is Lindsay. It's been a tight battle in the midfield so far. Not too many chances created. Is there going to be a spark that opens it up? Sharks had a lot of the possession early on, but Sydney United 58 will be pleased with the last 5 or so minutes. They're really starting to take control, using the width, both sides. This time Ivancic. Here is McGing. Feeds it into de Robillard. He looks to link with de Oliveira. Didn't quite penetrate that pass. But again, Sydney United win it. Sharks suddenly just struggling to alleviate the pressure. Morich now. Again, the United players swarmed in on the Sharks attacker. Tomalich pulling the strings from midfield. Switching it side to side. Again, it's to Oliveira. Work by Morich. Can the Sharks keep it? Not quite. Shuriaga there. Not able to make it stick again in the front third. Good pressure here from Katsuta. Unlucky there. Perhaps not to United come forward. To Robillard up against Gulisano. Gulisano, like Mo Ahmed, a player familiar to Steve Zorich, who joined the Sharks at the start of the season. He had made a couple of familiar faces
coming across. Gulisano, one of those who worked with him at Rockdale when he was there as manager. Mo Ahmed was also there. Here they are combining. Ahmed now to Stamatellis. Here's McGowan. Nakamura winning it high for the visitors. Now McGing. Featured in our NPL New South Wales Team of the Week. Last week, round 21, that clean sheet that they kept against St George FC. McGing in particular, one miraculous clearance off the line. Might have been Connor Quilligan, destined to score. McGing produced a wonderful clearance, and now McGowan can come forward, and suddenly the Sharks have the numbers. Can they make them count? McGowan's available. Bevan battling away. United doing well just to get bodies back. First time delivery. Ahmed's going to latch on to it. We saw his long range effort against Marconi last Saturday. Now United will look to go quickly into counter-attack. Lindsay's got a job here up against the Robillard. Lindsay does well again. Got back sharply, got back quickly. And he earned the free kick. Out here to Gulisano. With the outside of the right foot, delightful ball into the run here of Shuriaga. And it was important work there. McGing got back, but a nice counter-attack moment for the home side. Delightful delivery there from Gulisano with the outside of that right foot into the path and the run of Shuriaga. It's going to be a corner. A chance to send the likes of Umabachi, also Stamatellis. Chris Lindsay's also gone forward. Mohamed's made his way into the box as well. Morich and Shuriaga is there. It comes across from Gulisano. No risk taken from Kalatz. Double-handed fist away. It's going to come back though, and the keeper comes. Does extremely well. That's an area of his game that's improved incredibly so well in season 2024 as Bevan goes down and allows Nakamura to go into the box. And Nakamura puts the visitors up 1-0. An unfortunate injury there as Ethan Bevan, who was chasing that, looked like he pulled up immediately with what looks a serious hamstring injury. And Nakamura makes the home side pay. He punches it past Nenad Vekic at the knee post to score his 8th of the campaign. And that is unfortunate for the home side. They just had a counter or an attacking moment with the set piece. And Ethan Bevan, who was chasing Nakamura and probably favourite to get to it first, went down, and you could see the pain he was in. And that left Nakamura free. And once he got into the box, he stayed calm and composed. And he was able to punch it past Vekic. It's going to force a change here for Steve Zorich. He does have Jordan Roberts, former Sydney United 58 player, as one of the options. They've also got another defensive option in Lachlan McDonald, a new signing. So looks like as Bevan is up on his feet but limping off on that far side. Steve Zorich just getting one of those subs ready, and it is going to be a return debut. The youngster in Lachlan McDonald, who's one of the transfers in the transfer window. He's come back to the Sutherland Sharks, and he gets a reception here, a player who started his career here as a SAP player as an 8-year-old,
He's going to come on as a replacement for Bevan. That is such an unfortunate injury. And adding insult to that is the fact that Sydney United 58 were able to take advantage of it and take the lead. 31 minutes in. Shunta Nakamura with a rapid counter-attack. Sometimes it's what you get, the issue when you have the games pile up, and they had a catch-up around 17 game midweek. The victory. Bevan. He played the full 90 minutes in that match. Fortunate for him, it looks like it's a hamstring injury. So McDonald will go out to that right wing back position. He's made the move across after spending the season at the Bulls Academy, where he played had 16 starts, 20 matches. He's a player familiar. Only a youngster still, a 19-year-old. So keep an eye out for him, a former Australian youth international as part of the under-15s. He's working back here. He's got a bit of work to do now to try and shut Ivancic down. He can't quite wrap that left foot around it. Couple of kickoffs already around the grounds. We have that full-time score from the Wanderers Academy, where the Wolves ended up completing that 2-0 victory. We've got kickoff over at the Central Coast and over also at Belmore. Sydney Olympic up against Manly. Looks like Manly have taken an early lead there. Keep you posted on progress around the grounds throughout the evening. We've got a late kickoff over at 7 o'clock. Over at Landon Stadium. So we've got you sorted all the way through to 9 p.m. A big afternoon and evening of NPL New South Wales Super Saturday. Here is Lindsay. Now Morich. Forced into that early first half substitution for the second game in a row last week. Jake Garner was the player, brought off for a concussion just before half-time. This time, unfortunately, Ethan Bevan, the player, who's had to be replaced, but terrific. The locals here that are gathered will be delighted to see Lachlan McDonald back on the pitch for the Sky Blue of the Sutherland Sharks. Nice ball here, feeding Gulisano. And now Morich can look to come forward. Gulisano, who's had a productive first half on this left flank, does well to win the free kick. Relishing his opportunity for a start this afternoon. Out on that far side, Umabachi. Now McDonald with a nice touch. Come out again to Gulisano. And they work their way back into it, the Sharks. They'll feel that one maybe went against the run of play. They were in an attacking position. They had a corner. There's not much they could do in that moment where Bevan unfortunately succumbed to injury. Allowed Nakamura to run free into the box. Nice little link-up play now from the home side. Shuriaga combining with McGowan. Can they create something here? Over the top. McGowan it was, trying the effort, and he keeps it alive. And it was Katsuda making his way forward into the box. We saw that midweek. picked up a double in that 3-1 victory over the Spirit FC. Just trying to get on the end of things there. Forward here from Vlastelica. Lakalandra trying to put the pressure on. McDonald showing his qualities with some of his early touches. Here's Gulisano. Now Lindsay, was he fouled? Referee happy to wave play on with Morridge. Chance to link it up now with Shuriaga. Clear cross Vlastelica, but he can't stop the corner. It's going to be another opportunity for the home side. Referee allowing for the advantage, just going back and having a chat to Matt Hatch for that foul on Lindsay. Perhaps giving him a warning. They'll want to make sure that their rest defence is organised here, so we don't see a repeat of what we saw on 31 minutes. Right now they're trying to get themselves back into it, and it's hit the crossbar. A terrific header and a great opportunity, and they can't quite believe it. Looks like Shuriaga, who found himself in space inside the box, and he can't quite believe that that didn't hit the back of the net. Denied by the crossbar. Here's Lindsay. Back out here through Katsuta. All the way back to Vekic. Shows his composure. Here the instructions coming from Steven Zoric. He wants the ball movement to be quick and crisp. Here's Ahmed looking for that switch of play out now through Umabachi. Lucky not to draw level moments ago. Header coming off the crossbar. For a second it looked like it might have gone over the line, but not to be for the home side. The first touch there. Shuriaga it was who earned the free kick. We do go into the final 5 minutes of the first half here at Seymour Shaw. Round 22 NPL Men's New South Wales. Great to be here for the first time for the match of the round in season 2024. They've got a chance now with the delivery. It's over the head of Morridge. Gulisano comes in. Robillard was still alert to his defensive task. Player who's had quite the season, not only at club level, called up this year for the Mauritius national team, Stefan de Robillard, playing in the African World Cup qualifiers. So it's been quite the storyline around him in season 2024. Playing in a couple of recent World Cup qualifiers against Eswatini and Libya. Back on duty, club football. Who knows, you just never know. You might be lining up one day in a World Cup qualifier against Cameroon, who are also in their group. It's quite the storyline for Stefan de Robillard. Here's Stamatellis looking out to that right-hand side, trying to add some impetus from right wing back is McDonald. Nice quick feed. It was a cross that was too close to Kalatz in the end. McGowan couldn't link it up with Shuriaga. Here's McGing trying to feed Lakalandra, who does well. Recovers the ball, but Gulisano was in quickly. Here's Katsuta, new signing this year from the Mount Druitt Rangers. Really starting to find his feet in the centre of midfield.
Now Mo Ahmed with a nice feed into Morich. Here's Shuriaga. Can they create something in the final third? Read well by Vlastelica. Trying for that little bit of combination play to break down this experienced Sydney United regard. Work here from Tariq Mayer. Working back well was Morich, although not only one got the ball, but he got some of the man as well. The referee, Jake Rose, was right on the spot there. That's perhaps the message that he's just given the youngster. 21-year-old Matt Morich. He did get some of the ball, but he went through the player to get to it. To the final couple of minutes of regulation time. We will have a moment or two of stoppages. Saw that injury to Ethan Bevan. Sydney United taking advantage. Nakamura with the only goal of the game. Former teammate of Katsuta at the Mount Druitt Town Rangers last year. Created a terrific moment, unlucky for Shuriaga, who's applying the pressure here, showing plenty of pace. We do go into the final minute of regulation time. You can see the new scoreboard here at Seymour Shaw in the background. Keep an eye on the near side as well, the fourth official in Jasper White. See what additional minutes we will play in this first half. Board will be going up shortly. Stamatelis gets the header forward. Shuriaga trying to ask another question of Vlastelica. He had to make sure he had his wits about him defensively there. McDonald does well. Keeps it alive now through McGowan. Chance to get his delivery right. Looks towards the near post. Only 1 minute of additional time. The board has just gone up. Can they create something in the additional time? Katsuta looking across for McDonald. He's had a lively introduction to his return to Seymour Shaw. One of 3 acquisitions so far in the transfer window for Steve Zorich. Message comes, they want to get it into the box. There's not much time left. Can they create something here? Shuriaga trying to apply the pressure, and Kalatz wanting a bit more desperation there. The coach in Zorich, and now Lakalandra has just drifted into an offside position as United tried to go quickly into counter-attack. Experience of Stamatelis just stepping up at the right time. Is there time for them to launch it long and try and create something? Can't be much long to go, and that might be the last play. It is, in fact. It's a half which was pretty even for large parts. The Sharks were in it, but the goal came when they were on the attack, and an unfortunate injury to Ethan Bevan as he went down and left space there for Nakamura to go quickly into counter-attack. And it's a goal that the Sharks tried to cancel out. Unlucky for Shuriaga, he hit the crossbar. It's been a tight affair. They often are when these two sides meet. But Sydney United, they take a 1-goal advantage into the second half. We're going to have a break and be back with all the action in the second half. Make sure you stick around. Archie. Nice little header there from Ahmed. Couldn't quite connect with Morich though. There's Mason Wells doing his defensive duties. Now he looks to link it up with De Oliveira. He was trying for that whip delivery first time from that right-hand side. Too close to the keeper, Nenad Vekic. To keep that recent run going, 3 games undefeated. Only 1 loss in their last 6. 2 wins among that recent run. Had some late dramatic draws as well. They were the beneficiary when Stamatella stepped up late in the match against Sydney Olympic in round 20 from the penalty spot for a late equaliser. And then last week it went against them. They were leading deep into stoppages when James Timilkovsky stepped up to make it 3-3 for the Stallions. There have been some late dramatic results involving the Sharks. Here's Vlastelica with a bit of room. Now Ivancic. Spot for left-sided options are the Sydney United coaching staff. Ivancic has made that left-back spot his own. Seen Hatch there throughout the season. We've also seen Christian Gonzalez, an experienced defender. He's on the bench today. Take you through the remaining substitutions for both these sides. For Stephen Zorich, he's got Jacob Kremenkowen between the sticks. He's also got Jordan Roberts available, Mason Fernandez. Striker in Max Green. And the other substitute is a youngster in Iko Ihode. The Sutherland Sharks, the remaining substitutes for them. It's for Željko Kalac. He's already made the 1 change. The remaining subs for him, the reserve keepers, Matthew Nikolovsky. Mentioned Christian Gonzalez on the bench. Also got Patrick Antelmi offering plenty of experience in that front third. No doubt expect to see him later on in this match. I've seen one of their new signings introduced in Mason Wells. They've also got another new addition in Luis Lobo, who's made the move across from Spirit FC during the transfer window. So another attacking option. Brazilian will be hoping for his Sydney United 58 debut. Mentioned those earlier games that are underway. We've seen another kick-off over at Lambert Park, where Apia, second-placed Apia, 2 catch-up games in hand. They're up against St George FC. Sitting 10 points behind the competition leaders in Rockdale, who are in action tomorrow. Apia with those 2 games in hand, they know that every result, every game so critical for them. We are going to see another Sharks change. It's going to be in the centre of midfield.
Substitution for your Sutherland Sharks. Coming up the pitch.
It's going to be Mason Fernandez, Mo Ahmed.
Mason Fernandez.
So maybe a little bit of an adjustment in terms of the intent in that midfield, an attacking midfielder on for a defensive midfielder. So that'll see Katsuda just play as the lone 6, the lone deep man. Mason Fernandez, who does wear that number 10 jersey, new signing this season from the Western Sydney Wanderers. He was in sparkling form in the pre-season. Had a few games just managing his loading, but getting back into the swing of things. He'll be hoping for a big impact off the bench. Seeing if he can get forward and support this youngster in Shuriaga. Got Morich forward. Can they create something here? Shuriaga into the box. Working back though. Sydney United getting numbers around him. They've got the free kick. I want to go quickly here with Oliveira looking out to the speed of Hatch. Donald alert to that. Other scores. No score yet between the Central Coast Mariners and Spirit FC. Looks like Spirit have a red card. Got to play the rest of the match with 10 men in the last 5 minutes now of the first half, but 0-0 over at Plume Park, Central Coast Mariners and Spirit FC. Minutes in at Lambert Park, no score yet. Apia and St George FC. I'll keep you posted on those results when we get kick-off. Later on, 7 p.m, you can make the switch over to Landon Stadium where the action will continue. Round 22 of the NPL Men's New South Wales. Blacktown City looking for a rebound after their 2-1 loss last week to Rockdale. Sitting a point above Sydney United 58, Blacktown City on 38. Sydney United know that if they can pick up the 3 points here today, they will, at the final whistle, be ahead of both Blacktown and the Western Sydney Wanderers. The Wanderers who had a 2-0 loss earlier on. A chance to jump up 2 spots. A little bit too aggressive there from Tariq Mayer on the substitute in Fernandez. Out here through Takahide Umabachi. He was fouled by Hatch. Last warning, you might have heard that come across our ground effects mic. Jake Rose just helping Umabachi up. Nice work here from Fernandez. Look at the link-up play. The idea was good. Katsuda, though, couldn't link it up. And now Nakamura. This is where United stung the Sharks for the opening goal. And now over the top, Tariq Mayer just a bit too heavy. Mason Wells liked the idea. Just trying to strengthen up their squads. The transfer window open now. Catch up on NPL New South Wales on the homepage there for the latest news around all those updates. Plenty of action taking place. Great to see Michael Glassick back on the scene. He's a new signing from Sydney Olympic. The Petrados brothers in Maki and Costa, they've made the move across to Hills United, which will help them on the run-in the remainder of the season as they look to avoid just being promoted, of course. For the 2024 season, Hills United, they want to avoid the drop straight away. Such a battle at the bottom of the competition. Central Coast Mariners at the bottom at the moment on 12 points. And 3 teams on 18, including the Sharks. Hills United also on 18 points. Sydney FC. Already they completed their round 22 match. And then ahead of them, St George on 22. So they're the team that the Sharks are chasing. Trying to get themselves out of that bevy of teams currently on 18 points. Create a bit of space between them and the bottom 2. Have a bit of work to do here. Trailing by 1-0 if you're just joining us. Sydney United, who coming to this 3 games undefeated. Had a bit of a blip a few weeks ago with 2 losses on the spin. against Olympic. It's nice work here from Wells on that far side. Good first touch. Here's Lindsay, using his body well again. Norwich bringing it down. Are a team that like to get the ball under control and play their football. Can they create something and make it link in the front third? Strong challenge there from Katsura. Nakamura, his former teammate at Mount Druitt, straight back into it. Here is the Oliveira. Lindsay with time. Lozano looks long. Shuriaga does well to hold that up. Now Fernandez. Here is McDonald. Nice ball into the midfield, looking for that link-up play. Patience, the virtue here for the Sharks. They switch it out to that left-hand side. Lozano can drop it into the midfield now for Morridge. This is nice patient work, but can they find an end product? Lozano out now to McDonald. How many passes is this now for the Sharks? Is there going to be some end product as Stamatellis joins the forward foray? McGowan, they keep it alive. Lozano, who has featured plenty of times at the centre of midfield in NPL New South Wales. Just dropping in to add that number in the middle. And now Umabachi. Can he find the delivery? They've got the numbers in the box. Great chances, and it's a wonderful save. It was a terrific build-up from the Sharks. They knocked it around. Patience from side to side. They finally managed to get the cross in, and it was Morridge with the header. And credit to Kalatz, who produced an excellent stop to continue his great form in season 2024. Custodian who's, like his father, working under the tutelage of Ron Corrie, former great custodian himself. Just like Jelko Kalatz did all those years back, him and Mark Bosnich working under Ron Corrie. Jelko bringing back Ron Corrie to work with Oliver Kalatz, and you can see the influence of that. As the season's gone on, he's got stronger and stronger, and that was an important save. It's a good passage, though, for the home side. They get it out now to Gulisano. Donald is available on this far side. Is the switch coming? They go instead through the middle. Fernandez now slides it through. Great opportunity this, and Morridge again denied by that man again in Kalatz. Two great opportunities, and twice Kalatz has come up with the goods for the visitors. Sydney United 58. Morridge denied again after another delightful build-up from the home side. Terrific bit of interchange play, this time through the middle. Kalatz was so sharp off his line. Suddenly the Sharks have really taken control. I feel very unlucky not to be level. Shuriaga hitting the crossbar in the first half from a set piece. They come forward again now through McDonald. Can they keep the pressure on? Or can United stinging counter-attack against the run of play? They come forward now through Hatch. He's got a couple of options towards the back post. Cut out by the skipper in Stamatellis. Suddenly this game's livened right up in this second period as the Sharks come home strongly. United just trying to knock a few passes, take a bit of the recent heat off. across to Hatch, battling away. Here's Nakamura. Now Tariq Mayer. Dropping it into Wells. Can switch it out now to Ivancic. Again, Mayer quarterbacking, looking for a player inside the box. Now Moric, lucky not to get on the score sheet so far. 2 great chances. And it's going to be the first yellow card of the match. Referee Jake Rose feeling that was a professional foul there from De Oliveira. Sharks take confidence from those 2 chances that they've just created. And they've got it now at the feet of Shuriaga, but dispossessed by Tariq Mayer. Starting to have a real influence in this second half. Now they go forward quickly into counter-attack. Mason Wells on that far side. He can go one-on-one against Lindsay. Looks to cut in on the left foot. Mason Wells got it on target. Comfortable for the keeper. Minutes have elapsed in this second period. No change to the half-time score. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching. No doubt those gathered at King Tom over at Adensa Park, the Sydney United Sports Centre, they'll be pleased watching this on the big screen. No doubt maybe enjoying a nice feed. McGowan looks to dance inside. He gets a shot on target. And again, it's Cullerts with another strong save. Seen him feature in the team of the week on a few occasions in recent times. And the way he's performing this afternoon, he's producing save after save at the moment. Here is Stamatellis. Now Lockie McDonald. Sharks again building up patiently. Very much the Steve Zorich modus operandi. Better start again through Vekic. Takahidi down the line to McGowan. He looks to go against Ivancic. McGowan on the dribble now. Can he find a target inside the box? He's looking for Shuriaga just behind the striker. But more positive signs down this near side. They come forward again. Crowd here anticipating as Joko Kalats gets a couple of substitutions ready. Here's Fernandez looking to slide it into the feet there of Shuriaga. Does well to hold it up. Can they find the final quality? McGowan it is. On the left foot he goes. Great ball. And it was a header in the end from Vlaš Talica. That subtle little header took it off the head of a Sharks attacker. Stamatellis has to make sure the door is shut at the other end. Message comes from another former Sydney United great, former National Soccer League great, Joe Coletta, the assistant coach at the Sutherland Sharks, working with Steve Zorich. Just warning the Sharks to make sure they avoid, monitor the counter-attack. As we see Joko Kalats make a couple of changes here. Matt Hatch, he's going to come off. It's going to be a debut for Louis Schlobo, a new signing from Spirit FC. And the experienced Patrick Antelmi also coming on with just over 20 minutes remaining for Alessandro Lacalandra. So both coaches now making a number of changes. Two for the Sharks, 3 now for Sydney United, 58. We're just past the midway point of this second half. coming there from Gulasano. Just recapping the second half, it's been mostly the home side. They've created 3 terrific opportunities, a couple in particular to Matt Morich, which needed wonderful saves from Joko Kalatz's youngster in Oliver Kalatz. Here's Antelmi with his first involvement. Shuriaga working back. Now McGowan. Some big games coming up to the Sutherland Sharks. 8 to go after this one. They've got Apia next week, but then it's some big 6-pointers against the teams that are around them at the bottom of the ladder. They'll be playing back-to-back against Hills United in round 24 and then Sydney FC in round 25. A couple of big games there. Then Manly United round 26, and then the week after that they play bottom place Central Coast Mariners. So some massive 6-pointers, a big month or so coming ahead for both of these sides. Sydney United 58. On the other hand, their next 4 games after this one are absolutely massive ones. They've got Blacktown City next week. After that, Rockdale, Illingdon. The week after that, Apia Leichhardt. And then to round things off, the Marconi Stallions, 4 of their fiercest rivals. So a massive month coming up after this for Sydney United 58. And since the next 4 or 5 weeks will define the seasons for both these sides. United looking to finish as high up the ladder in that top 6 as they can. Making great progress in season 2024 after a massive turnover. Some of the great names of the past decade moving on, the likes of Trafiro, Matthew Bilic, Chris Payne, Yanni Perkatis, Yanni Fragigianis, Devante Clute, some of the big names of the NPL New South Wales scene over the past decade or so. So after finishing nearer the bottom last season, they made the decision for rejuvenation. And maybe this young squad is punching above what was expected of them. Many players have come in, taken their opportunities, the likes of Nakamura and De Oliveira, who are both approaching double digits as far as goals are concerned. Matt Hatch has got himself 7 assists, a new signing from Marconi after coming across to the Stallions from Central Coast Mariners. Shunta Nakamura, his first season at United. Now they've brought in Luis Lobo, who's looking to make an impact at his new club. Back the Sharks go to Vekic. Just over 15 minutes they have to try and rescue something from this match. Only goal coming from Shunta Nakamura. Here's McGowan now. Can he spark things up? Looks inside, too close to the keeper. That one's as comfortable as it's been for Kalatz. They've tested him in the second half, but that one was very comfortable. And tell me quickly pressed there by Lindsay. Liam McGing. Out now through to Oliveira, who's done a terrific job as a right back, makeshift right back today. Whether Joko Kalatz has had to use there, whether it's been Adam Zervis. Now to Oliveira, they've rolled up their sleeves, done the job for the team. Here is Nakamura. Now it's Lobo. Gulasano has to retrieve. Work from Morich to get to it ahead of De Oliveira. Wins a free kick. Does give me a chance just to go around the grounds. No score yet. It's half time over at Central Coast. 0-0 between the Mariners and Spirit FC. Spirit playing with 10 men. Manly continued to lead Sydney Olympic. An early goal from them on 5 minutes. They're at half time. The score continues to be 1-0 to Manly. And over at Lambert Park, looks like Apia have extended their lead. 2-0 now over St George FC. Just past the half-hour mark. As McDonald shapes this one nicely towards Shuriaga. That one's come off a Sydney United player, so it is going to be a corner to the home side. Nice bit of shape on that from McDonald. The delivery from the right-hand side has been excellent from the Sutherland Sharks in the second period. We've seen Umubachi, we've seen McGowan, and now we've seen McDonald get forward. And they've got a set piece, and they've got the left foot of Chris Lindsay. Can they connect it with somebody like Stamatellis? Shuriaga, who hit the post in the first half. It was aimed up at Stamatellis, but again, Kalatz shows his command inside the box, relieving the pressure. Now Nakamura, held up by Morich. He's had a solid display. Stamatellis with a great turn, and he can flick it out to that far side. Makes the run, continues his run into the box. They can't quite find him. Stamatellis involved in the build-up again. That sort of stayed out on that far side. Now Lindsay. Patiently moving it through the middle. They couldn't quite find Stamatellis though. United give it back up. Already 2 results this round. Remember last night, the Marconi Stallions coming away with a 4-0 victory after that 3-3 draw against the Sharks last week. And that came after that thumping 5-0 victory over the 9-0 victory over the competition leaders in Rockdale, Illingdon last Wednesday. I was out at the Palace for that one. An unbelievable night. Unbelievable scoreline as the ball comes in this time too close to the keeper. Nice build up again from the Sharks. They're starting to push a few men forward. Looks like Stamatellis has moved into the midfield. Gulisano's dropped to the left side of the back four. Stamatellis adding some impetus in the midfield. So maybe a bit of a slight variation in the formation. Throwing that extra number into the middle of the park, which will allow Mason Fernandez to move even further forward. Here's Katsuta. Now McDonald looks to roll it into McGowan, who does well to win it. And now he can look to go on the dribble. McGowan again too close to the keeper. It's that final product just in the last 5 or so minutes. 2 or 3 crosses, a bit too close to Kalatz. Here's Antelmi, loves to get it on that left foot. Now he looks to spread the play out to Lobo. 2 number 21s battling on this near side. Donald coming out the winner on that occasion. Here's Tariq Mayer. Play on's the call as Mason Wells tries to bring this down on the edge of the box. And now he links it up through to Oliveira, who's still full of running. And he forces the save. An excellent counter-attack. Good work from Mason Wells. And there's an instant chemistry between him and De Oliveira on that far side. Nice little ball in behind. De Oliveira took it first time. earned the visitors a corner, which gives them a bit of relief from the pressure they've been facing in the second period. Can they make it pay? All the way towards Falashtelitsa. Wells battling away. Nice work here. Shuriaga. Can they get the numbers forward? A little bit heavy on the touch. And it invites McGing in. Still on the dribble. Now Vekic can look to play it out to this near side. Fernandez it is. Here's Stamatellis with a bit of room and space. Can't quite thread it through to McGowan though. Mayer's had a productive second half in a defensive sense. Cutting out. Those Sharks passes on 2 or 3 occasions of trying to penetrate and move it through the lines. Mayer's been there to cut out the delivery. Steve Zoric is going to make a double substitution here. He's getting a couple of players ready. The young striker in Max Green, the experienced right wing back. Jordan Roberts, a former Sydney United 58 player, of course. Had so much success there. Here is Mayer, who can get it out now to Oliveira. He's never shy of taking a shot, but he feeds it instead to Mason Wells, who goes onto the left foot. And now it's a chance, a great chance for Antelmi. And what about the save there? Nenad Vekic turning back the clock with a wonderful stop. Great reflexes to deny an old mate of his in Antelmi. They were having a right old long chat before the match. And that's one, no doubt, they'll reflect on. Antelmi would have loved to have beaten him. But Vekic produced an excellent stop to keep it at 1-0. Here is Antelmi again. Onto the left foot he goes, this time straight at Vekic. He launches it long. Good work from Shuriaga. Can they pick up the second ball? They can through McGowan. He can look to go at McGing. He's got the speed. Gowan does well to keep it in, but he's given away the foul. And that's going to give Stephen Zoric a chance to make those 2 changes. And Shuriaga is going to be one of those replaced. So a like-for-like swap here. Max Green will be on for him. And the other player making way is going to be Matt Morich. Jordan Roberts comes on, gets the captain's armband. So he's going to go into an attacking left-sided midfield role. Try and create something. Wouldn't that be a story against his old club? Sharks need something late on here. 7.5 minutes of regulation time remain. As Wells looks to spit it out now to Oliveira. Here is McGing. Forward from Kalats. Vekic just about gets to him. Mason Wells was sweating on any little error there. Work from the Oliveira. The score around the grounds, 40 minutes in at Lambert Park. The home side are now 3-0 up. They missed out last week, so they've got a couple of catch-up games to come. They're freshened up after a flurry of games for Franco Parisi's side. They've currently got a 3-0 lead early on against St. George. Željko Kalac looks to welcome back the youngster in Aiden Milicevic. He's been out for the last month with injury. Yes, a great chance here for Max Green, and he's hit the side netting. A wonderful opportunity. He did the work himself with a direct penetrating run into the box.
And in the end, the deflection took it just wide of Kalatz's post. An excellent bit of play there from the substitute in Max Green. Almost drawing the Sharks level. Just over 5 minutes remaining. They go to the edge of the box. Gulisano first time. Kalatz calls. Might have had a little bit more time. Maybe didn't get the shout. Gulisano there. That was one of their best moments as well. They've had some good ones in the second half. Credit to the Sharks. No way have they put up the flag. They've really fought hard in this second period. They've dominated. They've controlled possession. They've created 3 or 4 good moments, but can they find the finish? Here's a bit of quality from McGowan. Now it's Stamatellis. Now it's McDonald. Is he going to hit it first time? Well, why not? He fizzes that one right across the face. The new signing. His eyes lit up there as the ball fell on the edge of the box. After a delightful bit of skill from McGowan. It's going to be the end of the evening for the goal scorer in Shunta Nakamura. They're going to empty their bench. They're going to bring Aidan Milicevic on, and they're also going to bring Christian Gonzalez on with just under 5 minutes to go. Jordan Ivancic, a like-for-like swap there. Aidan Milicevic will slot right into the Shunta Nakamura number 10 role as well. Forward it goes. Of regular time remain for the Sharks to try and rescue a point. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get a victory. The run of Sydney United will extend to 12. If they can't turn this around right now, they take a point. The undefeated run of Sydney United against the Sharks, which dates back to 2017. 7 years now. Can the Sharks at least get something out of this? Get a late equaliser. If they get one now, you just never know. The drama that we so often associate with the NPL New South Wales. It's good work from McDonald. Put the pressure on Gonzalez. And now the fresh legs of Milicevic. Vekic under pressure, keeps his calm again. Great bit of composure from the experienced custodian. McDonald turns it forward. Chance to keep the pressure on. Quickly taking that was Fernandez. Here's Katsuta. Now McDonald. That one's going to be too close to the keeper. Trying to apply some late pressure was Jordan Roberts. It's comfortable again for Oliver Kalatz. He's happy to launch it long. Mason Wells the target. It's going to be a free kick, and they won't be in any hurry to take this. And tell me the player upended. So good at dropping off the forward line to help set up the play. The final 2 minutes of regulation time. The goal that came after 31 minutes through Shunta Nakamura. Perhaps a touch of fortune around that, but can they seal the deal here? A second goal would seal the 3 points for the visitors. Move them up to 40 points above the Western Sydney Wanderers. Blacktown City who still have a game to come this evening. And tell me now. Chance to tee it up for Louis Schlobo. Onto the left foot he goes, and it was Vekic who produced a sharp stop there. Lobo's eyes lit up. He was hoping for a goal on debut after making the move across from Spirit FC.
Vekic has had a terrific second half. Here is Fernandez with a couple of cuts inside. This is a lovely bit of link-up play. Was Fernandez upended? Yes, he was. Credit to the youngster who did all the work there. The dummy from Stamatellis. Fernandez kept his run going, and his works earned a free kick. As we're just about into stoppage time here. Only 30 seconds left in regulation time. Can the Sharks find the late dramatic equaliser? Looks like the man who's just come on in Geordie Roberts. What a storyline this would be. Up against his former club. Chris Lindsay's also over the dead ball. Oliver Cullerts has put up a four-man wall. Can Jordan Roberts come back to haunt Sydney United? 58, he gets it on target. And he couldn't get it past Cullerts, who's produced many a stop in this second half. It's been all the Sharks for most of this second period. Time after time, they've been repelled by Oliver Cullerts. In the meantime, the board has gone up to indicate 3 additional minutes. Steve Zorich couldn't quite believe there wasn't more than that. So 3 minutes for the home side to try and get something out of this match. They've had a great run. They're trying to push numbers forward now. Stamatellis looking to knock it long, but too straight. Comfortable for Cullerts again. Remember, after this one, still action around the grounds, whether it's at Belmore, whether it's at the Central Coast, Lambert Park, or later on, the Landon Stadium. Football New South Wales, YouTube The Spot. Remember the match report, all of our social live updates as well on Instagram, Facebook. As the ball goes over the top, Max Green couldn't quite reel it in. And he's given away the free kick in his attempts to chase back and win the ball back. Can't be too long to go, and Sydney United, they're not in any hurry to take this one. Looking to make it 4 games undefeated. 3 wins from 4 matches. A result that would take them up to 40 points in their pursuit of a top 6 spot. And who knows how high they can finish. Continues to be a very productive, excellent season under Željko Cullerts. They got the goal in the opening half, and for large parts of the second, they've been happy to sit back, absorb. It's been a professional job, but it's not quite done just yet. Can the Sharks create something late here? Vlastelica's there yet again. Stamatellis waiting for some movement. Squares it up now for Fernandez. Not quite on the same wavelength there with McGowan. Again, it's Vlastelica who steps up. And tell me, looking to absorb. Now he can go forward into counter-attack, and can they create something? Stamatellis back to Vekic. Now he goes long, and that's the final whistle. And it's the visitors, Sydney United 58, who pick up the 3 points here and continue to march into the top 6. They solidify their position in that top 6 and keep their undefeated run going. A terrific second half from the home side, the Sutherland Sharks, who came home strong. But Željko Cullerts' youngster, the young keeper in Oliver Cullerts, he stood up strong throughout the second half. He was terrific, produced a couple of great stops to deny Matt Murridge. And in the end, the goal from Shunta Nakamura on 31 minutes, which came with the unfortunate injury to Ethan Bevan. That was the difference. The Sharks, they will continue to fight. And as I said, they've got some big games coming up
in the next few weeks against the likes of Sydney United, Hills United, as well as the Central Coast Mariners. That could define their season. Sydney United, what a bumper month they've got coming up. They've got the big guns, Blacktown City, Rockdale Illingdon, Apia and Marconi in the next month. So they'll take plenty of confidence from this one. A 1-0 victory. Tony Tanous wrapping up here from Seymour Shore, where the visitors have won this by 1-0.